We have to completely stop using this eBay feature we've used for, years, probably 5 or 10 years, because of the last glitch screwed up our inventory. Hey, it's Don. Today we're going to address the last glitch and a feature on eBay that we can never use again. Can't trust eBay to keep the feature straight anymore. Now, we use the zero quantity option on eBay so we can add items in and things like that. There's a lot of things you used to be able to do with that, but not so much anymore these days. And the biggest factor is the glitch that we had. Now, I've got a video. I'll have a link down here to the video on the glitch itself. But basically, the end of last month, eBay changed quantity of a bunch of our items. And it turns out it was items that have already ended, items that have sold. And the last group of ones we found this that happened to just happened the other day. And it was to somebody who's been buying from us for quite some time. I don't like, having to come to a customer who's been doing a lot of business with us and tell them eBay's got a glitch and they messed up and I can't send them something because it's sold already. It's just bad business all around. They said they'd take care of feedback or whatever, but I'm more worried about the face with the buyer who's been buying from me for years. Now, this is from just a couple of days ago. This is when we decided we're done with using the service at all. I got a purchase from someone. They purchased 6 different items. 3 of them were sold to the same person on February 3rd, and quantity was added to them by eBay. Now, there's no way on earth it could have happened to my end, because when you end a listing and you go to sell similar, any with zero quantity doesn't show up as active. So it's nothing that was done on our behalf. We only sell similar with items that have quantity. So if it's a 0, we wouldn't have listed it. And plus, if it's sold on the platform, it would show up as already sold. It would show up in the sold column and not the waiting to be relisted column. So this is something that eBay has done. So if you're using the option that we're going to show you in just a second here, chances are you could have had listings that are already sold that are now active with the quantity still on them. You can see the explanation. Now, what I also did is copied right here. You can see this little attachment here. This, which is the email from eBay that says it happened. Now, I just blocked off my personal name up here as it's not important. But the point is, this is what eBay sent me. Again, I've got a link down below that will take you to the video when I first had this happen, when they first sent me this notice. Now, anytime it happens now, I'm going to go ahead and send the buyer this. This one here, the buyer was very disappointed, and it's someone who has been buying from us for several years, and that's the most, offensive part. If this type of thing happens a couple of times, they may not want to buy from me because of something eBay did. So, take it as you wish, but this is not a good sign. It's just poor handling of the platform these days, and this is just another great example of why you can't trust eBay really with much at all these days. I'm still using the platform. I know people say, well, you bitch about it and you still use it. Well, just because I have issues with it doesn't mean that it's still not viable for me. Just like anything else, if you have problems with the car, you're not just going to stop using your car. You're going to fix it or hope it gets better. So anyway, bottom end is we make far too much money on the platform to just give it up over another glitch yet again. They were actually zero quantity. eBay rolled over and changed quantity on some sort of update. So when they changed the quantity, it upped the quantity from 0 to 1, and now I have quantity of stuff that I actually sold. So now, after finding this last group out, we have to go through and look at every single listing that's sold from this first of this year all the way today and make sure that they're not double listed. It's going to take hours. It's the principle, the whole fact. eBay said they'd catch them, they'd fix them, they'd arrange it and get the inventory back. They haven't done anything. I'm still finding them. To me, they have no clue on how to even get them back. They knew it happened because they sent me a personal email to our account. Now, the zero quantity item option that we use, we've got a lot of items, we have multiples. So we can put one up and we can just keep running it. When one sells, it goes to 0. If we got more, we add another one to it instead of having to relist and do anything else. And with that option, we wouldn't lose any watchers or anything else that are tied to it. So if we want to let that run for a while, we can let those sorts of listings run and not have to worry about losing anything, even if we sell one here, one here. And some listings we have, we might sell one every other week and constantly are adding one more to it. Now, if you've got a quantity of some items, it's not good to put all those items in the listing to start with. When there's only one, it creates a sense of urgency, it creates more of a scarcity, and you'll get more money for them almost every time. So that's part of the reason why we do that. There's other factors that used to come into play, like your competitors couldn't see what things were selling for if you deleted it before it ended and all this other stuff. That's all dead. eBay's just given up the whole reason on having that option on there, so we've turned it off. We can also never again recommend it to anybody for any reason, because you could end up with listings that sold that come back to life and are sold a second time because of how eBay messes up and has so many glitches. Now, I've been trying to ignore eBay and just do my thing. We've got a lot of good stuff going on, and I've got a house and all this other stuff. So this is headaches that I don't need and no one else out there needs, especially with some of the other issues that eBay is having right this minute. Now let's look at what this feature is so you know. If you have it on, I would turn it off. Now to get to the zero quantity option here, just get to your account settings and you can go to selling preferences. And once you click that, you'll come up to this screen right here. And just a simple scroll down, you'll see multi-quantity listings. Now, unfortunately, as I said, we've used it and had very good luck with it until eBay's mess-ups have caused items that sold using this option to, again, be added in with quantity by eBay. It's out of my complete hands. There's nothing we can do to control it other than turning this feature off, which we did use since it was available, years and years and years. As long as they've had the service, we've had it on, maybe 10 years or better. Now here's eBay's explanation on how to use the out-of-stock option. These are for folks that mostly have bulk listings. In the past, it would protect you from your competitors being able to see what was sold and things like that, because quantities and such forth wouldn't be, you know, shown, and on and on and on. There was many reasons to use this. There's still some, but the risk is far greater than the benefits of this service or this option. And again, you can read this as well if you'd like on your own. But the point is here, using the out-of-stock option on your good till canceled listings may help protect you from receiving a transaction defect for running out of stock. In this case, using the feature is costing me issues because of eBay's glitches that it once again added quantity to the listings that have already sold. 100% sold. Every one of them. They all sold on the same day to a person on February 3rd, and they all sold again to the person I showed you those emails from, just in the matter of 3 days ago. So it's very upsetting. I spent quite some time looking for them, figuring, oh, there's no way that, must be someone here put them in the wrong area or the wrong spot or something, because they're all from the same bin. And the odds of those all selling and all this other stuff just didn't make a lot of sense. But we do sell multi-items to people buying the same type of items. These were religious-related cards, and I've got 5 or 6 buyers who sometimes buy 10, 20, 25, even 30 or more at the same time of these types of cards, and I give them a better deal on it. So this is one of those areas that, I can't use this feature ever again. I just can't trust eBay. There's just the glitches are very distracting. We've had a lot going on here, and this is just something else that now I'm going to have to go back in, because, again, you can't trust eBay to fix the issue, even though they said they would. I'm going to have to go back in and check every single item that's sold since January 1st and make sure that it's not doubled somewhere in inventory. Because, again, eBay doesn't come back and fix these. I don't care what they say. I've never had them come and actually fix one of these issues. It's just on you to figure it out on your own. And when you have the quantity of listings that we have, 36,000 individual listings with nearly 40,000 individual items up right now on eBay, it's almost impossible to try and dig through them. It's far easier, I guess, to look through the sold listings, and hopefully there aren't other ones that have been increased as well. So, it's another feature that goes bye-bye because of eBay's incompetence, and that's about all I can say. I will never again recommend it, and there's a couple other features we're actually going in and testing to make sure that we shouldn't ditch those as well. A lot of the things eBay adds on, like the variations and such forth, have issues with them when you relist and things like that too, where it doesn't keep the inventory correct. It changes it back to the original inventory, and That's been happening with some listings for a very long time, and eBay says it's a glitch, but it's a glitch just like this one that they can't seem to fix. They can't seem to come back and end listings or go back to zero quantity on items that now have one quantity that have already sold. Well, there we have it. Hopefully that gave you some ideas, some thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below. You can also hit the bell icon to be notified if I post new content or go live. Subscribe and tell all your friends.